water, save plants, save trees.
Okay, what else?
They also tell us not to waste water.
Okay,
Everything to save nature.
okay.
Everything.
Awesome, let's start this video then. Hope my hair looks fine because I have to get it cut today and I was hoping to get it cut before I actually make this video. But nonetheless, this video is more important than my haircut, so we're gonna go ahead and make this video. North India and especially Delhi is in a state of emergency and we need to do something about it. No time and there's no point in blaming people, but rather coming together and taking action. Considering you care about living a long and healthy life, well, it is possible to still do so. I've spoken to functional nutritionists, I've spoken to engineers, I've spoken to people who are in the fitness space and curated all this information. And across the internet, I've done a lot of research to help you understand what products you need to buy, how you need to take care of your body, and how you need to prepare yourself to be able to deal with this in the best possible way. I'll explain you all the things that might have been confusing you and give you more clarity on things so that you can take action and not be confused about them. And second, I'm going to be giving you actionable steps and screenshots of things you need to buy, things you need to put in habits, nutritional wise, what you need to do, what you don't, what you need to avoid, and everything together. So I urge you to watch this video till the end because it's for your own health and safety. I usually never ask people to do this otherwise. A big shout out to Mugdha, Ronan and Niraj for their support and help, and my brother-in-law for helping me out gather all this information. Now here are some facts about what we've been dealing with. The first reason that Delhi and actually all our nearby cities are having this pollution problem is because of the transport sector. There are so many cars and vehicles and trucks on our roads that they're releasing PM 2.5 gases, which are really harmful and really thin for us, and they can get inside our respiratory system very easily. PM stands for particulate matter. To solve that, we have taken steps like odd even, and we've shut down trucks and a lot of other things, but let's see how that does. Industrial pollution adds up to about 18.6% of the bad air quality in our city. Fuel and coal-based manufacturing units have been ordered to shut down as part of the emergency plan. All power plants, brick kilns, construction activities, stubble burning and municipal solid waste is causing this. And also a lot of the agricultural burning that's happening in the northern region is coming to Delhi. So geographically, we're not at the best position to be, and that's causing a lot of this pollution as well. I think it's important for us to know what exactly is happening so we as individuals can decide the extent to which that we should be concerned about this. Ignorance in this case is not a bliss. These particulate matters, the PM that we speak about, are 2.5. A strand of hair is 100 microns, and that's 2.5 microns. So think about how thin they are. They can easily get into our respiratory system. First is carbon dioxide. It can cause dizziness, breathlessness, nausea, excessive sweating, and to an extent cause loss of consciousness as well. Second is nitrogen and sulfur oxide. These are basically irritants. So they're getting inside our respiratory system and causing irritation to the mucous membranes of our eyes, our nose, our throat. And third is VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds. They're carcinogenic in nature. What that means is they can be cancer causing and actually have the ability to impact our DNA as well. So that is something we should all be concerned about. What really happens is you're not getting enough oxygen, you're getting all these pollutants, you get irritable, angry, less productive, and your overall health just depletes. Kids actually have to be more careful because A, they breathe really quick. Second, their body size is much smaller. And third, their organs aren't so developed, so they're going to be impacted much more than any adult. But that does not mean that you cannot take actionable steps to protect yourself and your family and the people around you. I'm going to break this down in 4 major things. First is things you can buy and create a good environment around you for purer air. Second is nutritional habits that you can keep to build your immune system up. Third is things you should definitely avoid. And fourth are habits that you should keep in the long run so this really doesn't happen again. But that I'm going to address later on in the video. So first are air purifiers. Now, there are a lot of air purifiers out there, and I'm just going to break down the 2-3 most important things that you should be looking at. First is you should be looking for a CADR. That stands for Clean Air Delivery Rate, CADR. That's what it is, right? The higher that rate is, the better it is. Usually it'll be around 200 or 300, and it'll do about 300 to 400 square foot meters or something like that. It's good. You don't need to worry too much about that. Just make sure that line is written over there. Second is a filter. So there are two types of filters that you should be looking at. One is a HEPA filter. Second is a ESP filter. So let's start with HEPA filter based air purifier. HEPA stands for high efficiency particulate arrestant. HEPA filters are a very fine sieve opening, like a chutney, that can capture particles that are larger than the sieve opening basically, and up to 2.5 microns. The thing with these filters that no company actually advertises while selling them is that these filters need replacement depending on the usage and adds up to the overall cost of the air purifier. Second are ESP filters. ESP stands for electrostatic precipitators. ESP based air purifiers are basically forcing the particles to go through a high potential electrical field. Basically what that does is there's no sieve, so even particles up to PM1 can be eradicated through this process. So they're much more effective than HEPA filters that each and every company is selling. Personally, I have an ESP based air purifier and they are a little bit more expensive than the HEPA filters, but honestly I think they do a much better job. So this is the one I'm using. It does a good job, and if you think that you want to invest that little more amount and get something that is cleaning the air even more, this would be a much better investment. I'll link some of these air purifiers down below. There aren't too many available in India. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one actually advocating this right now on the internet. So if you do think that you want to invest in something that gets you a more cleaner air, though it's just a little bit, but it might be a lot in this situation, invest in an ESP filter. For sure. Next thing you can do is actually get a car purifier. I would recommend using the same logic and getting one of these small car air purifiers. Then there are houseplants. So there are a lot of houseplants which act as anti-pollutants. I'm going to leave a list of all of them. Some of them are mainly, I'm just going to read their names out over here, are money plant, erica green, snake plant, bamboo. You can get spider plants, golden pothos, Chinese evergreen. Just to make it simple, go to your local nursery, ask them what are air purifying plants, and what I recommend is have about 6 plants per person, and at the same time, the bigger the plant, the better. So in your bedroom, do keep as many plants as you can because it's going to help you breathe, and don't worry about leaving them throughout the night. It's not going to do you any harm, only good. So I got these like 2 days ago and they're so useful. This is what I've got. I made is that I got the smaller versions of these plants. I would not recommend you to do that. Just get as big as possible because the bigger they are, the more toxins they're going to be able to absorb. Now, you need to get an air pollution mask. Don't take this as a joke. So there are 3 types of masks that you could actually invest into. First is this is my sleeping mask, not an air purifying mask. Hold on, I'll just get mine. So this is an N95 mask. Just get an N95 or an N99 mask. You need to be careful is that you replace them once you've used them for about 8 hours, because this thing that captures the pollution is not going to last for more than that. So it's just going to be this thing that you're putting on your mouth, but it's not going to be really effective after 8 hours. The second thing is that N95 basically means that it captures about 95% of the air pollutants. N99, which is going to be a little bit more expensive, is going to be able to capture 99% of the air pollutants. So if you're rich, just buy a lot of them and donate them to people as well, because a lot of people just ignore this and it's so important. They don't realize the importance of it. Now, the second thing that you can do is keep really good nutritional habits, because the basic logic behind this is that your liver is like the filtration system for the body. So the more meat, the more dairy, the more harmful things like alcohol and stuff or scents and stuff that you're gonna give it, the more it'll have to deal with. So currently it already has so many toxins because of the air. There's no point eating heavy and eating fatty meals that'll basically put more load on the liver. The logic behind this is that you consciously need to make sure that you're giving everything to your body that eases the stress on the liver. Eat foods that have more phytonutrients and antioxidants. Basically what phytonutrients does is it's something that will attract all the pollutants within your body, stick to them, and then just release them through the natural system of how the body releases stuff. I'm sure everyone knows what that is. And antioxidants. Antioxidants pretty much do the same thing as well. They play a significant role in protecting our body from harmful cells and bacteria and other pollutants that might be there. And a rule of thumb for this is foods that are super colorful. Source as much organic food as you can, because all the vegetables that we usually have aren't organic and they have so many pesticides and stuff in them. Foods that are rich in phytonutrients and antioxidants would be like your dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, fruits with special focus on fresh and frozen berries, so blueberries and cranberries and all of those things are going to be really good for you. Yellow orange vegetables like carrots, pumpkins and bell peppers. Thanks, watch. Eat as much raw as you can. Eat a lot of sprouts, eat a lot of amla because it has vitamin C. Mugdha's recommended this coriander and parsley chutney that I'm going to put down below. And to detox, pumpkins, potatoes and organic apples really help. B12, vitamin C, zinc supplements, omega-3 and magnesium. Make sure that you're consuming a lot of these. Vitamin C supplements, you can get them from Amla. Zinc supplements, you get them as drops. Magnesium, so many benefits. You can get magnesium drops or tablets or even magnesium oil. Omega-3 fatty acids, so you can get fish oil, or you can have seaweed, algae, chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, edamame, kidney beans, avocados. All of them have a lot of omega-3. Just keep sipping on your green tea or ginger lemon honey throughout the day. Now, things to avoid food-wise: animal-based products, meat, fried food, dairy, anything with a lot of ghee, oil. It's basically going to be very heavy on the liver. Scents like all your perfumes, colognes, air humidifiers, and incense sticks and whatever the hell there is, except for essential oils. Everything should be avoided at this point because they have these microparticles that end up going inside your body and affect your liver as well. So just avoid that as much as possible. Even household care products like your floor cleaners and stuff, instead try and use baking soda with vinegar if you really want to go to that extent, because they too affect the body. So if you can do that, that would be good for you. Your talcum powder. One thing I'd highly recommend is doing some breathwork exercises because they help clean up the lungs. So you want to be sure you're doing that correctly. If your nose is too blocked and stuff, you can even do it with your mouth, but be sure you do it only in an indoor environment where you had your air purifiers and you know that the air is clean. There's no point doing this outside because it's just going to harm you more. So I'm going to link his breathwork guided meditation below. You make a certain amount of trips. One would be to the grocery store, one would be to the medical store, one would be to the electronics store, and one would be to the plant nursery. I'm going to leave a list of things that you might want to buy in a grocery store now. Medical stores now. Electronic stores, all the information that we spoke about, you can screenshot this now. And a plant nursery, whatever types of plants that you want now. And remember, I've said enough. You should know by now. The reason this whole thing has actually come into place is because of our habits as human beings, thinking that we know more than nature, but nature will take over whenever it wants, man. If we leave this planet, nature will be fine. Mother Earth can take care of itself. So, if we as human beings want to be part of this planet, we better respect it. Couple of long-term habits that I'd like to suggest that people could try and do is plant a tree in your lifetime. Second is carpooling. You can easily reduce the number of cars that are on the road by sharing them. Today, Uber, Ola, a lot of these taxi-based platforms also offer carpooling. So, I understand you prefer your comfort, but if you really care for the environment, then that would be a much more viable option. Third would be, think about it this way. Sometimes my mom's like, do you want the driver to go and drop you there? Now, I think of it like the driver will go and drop me there and he will come back alone, right? So that's double the carbon footprint that I would have created if I would have just taken a taxi. Bit by bit, that we all start doing it, it's going to have a massive impact. So please do your bit is all I'd request you to do. And I never ask people to share a video, but please share this one, because I'm sure it's going to be helping a lot of people. And I have a couple of campaign ideas that I'm going to be sharing later on. I would recommend you guys to come on my Instagram. It's @thisispv, updated in the description below. And on that note, I'm going to end this video and hope that you will take care of yourself, take care of your family, and be safe, and just be more conscious as a human being. On that note, thank you and goodbye. Thank you for watching all the way here, and you take care of yourself. Love you guys.